you work with a number of associations, and I'm not sure whether you have a tally. You know how some people count in the number of countries that they travel to. Do you have in this tally of how many events you ran in these 30 years?
No idea, no tally. I'm not a details guy. I would say a lot of conferences and a lot of associations. In fact, every single association that starts with an A and finishes with an A, as in the Association blah 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 of Australia or the Australian Association da, 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 of Australia, any of those, AVCA, IMCA, AVCA, ALTA, AUSSE, AMBA, I've done them all. Not all of them. I've done a lot. I know the industry well. I feel like I'm from an association, but I'm not.
And it's a very inconvenient question, but do you believe that there are some people who, no matter how smart and brilliant their ideas are, but they should never be allowed near a microphone? What
Yes,
do you do? What do
yes,
you do as a
yes.
professional
I believe it's
association?
from,
You have this amazing,
yeah.
hardly regarded, awarded professional, and they want to speak, but you know that they are dry and they're not going to engage. What do you do?
Look, it's not easy, but I can't tell you how many times I've sat in a room and listened to a speaker who I've introduced as the MC. So I know who they are. I've read their bio. I've read their credentials. They're the expert in the field. They wrote the book. They wrote the textbook. They've been talking on this topic for 25 years. That doesn't mean they're a good speaker. I like music. I'm really into music. I love listening to music. I know a lot about music. That doesn't mean that I can sing. I shouldn't be invited to sing. You have to be able to have the courage to have heard the presenter before you hire the presenter to speak. Unless somebody from the committee who you trust, or the CEO, or the events manager, or several people have heard that speaker and have said they are good speakers, not just their content is good, they are good presenters who can engage an audience, they should not be asked to speak at the conference. You have a responsibility as an association who are putting on a conference to have done your due diligence to essentially assure the people in the audience that the people that we're giving you to present to you can present well. And if we don't think they can present well, either we give them training or we say to them, look, thanks for your application to speak at our conference. Your book is amazing. It's great that you're an expert, but if you're not a good speaker, you shouldn't speak. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be at the conference, and they could also be on a panel, or they could be interviewed possibly by somebody, right? So there are ways of taking a dry topic or a dry speaker and making them not rock star good, but a little bit less bad. And sometimes that's just minimizing their opportunity to stand up and bore people for half an hour. Put them on a panel, have them interviewed by somebody who has got personality and energy, and then you at least take their dullness and you make it a little bit less dull. But don't invite somebody because they've written the textbook or they're the expert in the subject unless they are expert speakers.